Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, The Cross Penny, episode number 43. Still stunned, Risa finally reached for Mark's shoulder. "Come on, Mark. Let's go back to Messick's house. In the morning, we'll go to my house and you can stay there. I have plenty of room." The two men got up in silence and started walking with the calaboose. They both looked back at the muddy, empty hillside just before they got to the tree line. "Look, I see something," Risa said as he pointed to something caught around the bottom of a tree. Mark recognized his laundry. The wind had blown it and neatly wrapped it securely around a tree. "It's my laundry. I washed my clothes when we got through with water well number 2. I don't believe it." He rushed over to find his clothesline still tied to a broken limb, his socks, a pair of underwear, a pair of pants, and his red plaid shirt. The clothespins were even intact. Mark gathered his treasure, including the small limb anchoring everything down. "Storms do some really odd things sometimes, don't they?" Risa watched as Mark gathered his possessions. "Yes, but now I at least have a change of clothes." "That's a good thing. You are so much bigger than anybody in any of these communities. We would all be willing to share, but you couldn't fit into anything anybody's got." Mark had noticed he was like a giant compared to every Filipino he had met or seen since he entered the country a few weeks back. Mark rolled his clothes and clothespins into a bundle inside his yellow rain slicker and tied it with a clothesline. He slung the limb over his shoulder. As in a daze, the two men with the calaboose made the journey back to Messick's house in silence. The only sound was the footsteps and the occasional snort of the calaboose. Close to sunset, Messick and Amparo were out looking at the baby calves. "Look, Tate, Uncle Risa, Mark, back, not spend night?" Amparo pointed toward Risa as he was tying up the calaboose around the tree by the stream. "What's the matter, my brother? Why do you both look so sad? Are you both crying?" Messick asked as he ran toward them. "You are crying." Risa and Mark silently shook their heads. Finally, Risa was able to compose himself enough to speak with broken, sobbing words. "Messick, they're gone. They're all gone." Messick furrowed his brow and asked, "What do you mean, they're all gone? What's all gone?" "Everything. The mission. The rest of the mission team. Everything," Risa sobbed. "How, my brother?" Mudslide must have happened a little while after Amparo got Mark. Everything washed down into the rocks in high tide. Come in before daylight and washed everything out to sea when it went out. Mark finished the sentence. Messick fell to his knees and began to weep. "Oh, God, why? They were your servants. Why, God, why?" All four of them sobbed until just before dusk.